What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to be working on this 1998 Toyota Tacoma. It's 4-wheel drive, 5-speed V6. So pretty much the problem with this one is owner thought it was leaking a bunch of oil, which is partly true, but it was actually leaking a lot of gear oil, not motor oil. And you know, a skid plate actually says a lot about what's leaking. And right here, tons of gear oil, a bit of power steering fluid and all that. So I went under the car and let me go ahead and show you where the oil leak's coming from. All right, I'm under the car on the passenger side. Shimmy under here. You can see right there on the CV axle there is a gear oil leak coming from the diff. So here's your diff right here, and then your shaft CV axle goes in right here. And it's actually been throwing a whole bunch of oil up there, touching the bottom of the starter and even the bottom of the exhaust manifold. You can kind of see the starter right there. So there's actually a little seal in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. First things first, I'm gonna jack up the car and get this wheel off. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this caliper off. Looks like a couple of 17mm bolts on the back side. And I'm actually going to replace the rotors and pads while I'm in here, but besides the point, caliper comes off, rotor comes off, and we'll go ahead and pop this cover, and there should be an axle nut in there. It's like a 36mm socket for the axle nut. Let's see if the impact will take it off. Wow, that worked pretty good. All right, with quite a lot of hammer work, I got the rotor off of there. Now, I think we're gonna need to take the upper ball joint out and the lower ball joint to pull this whole thing out. Go ahead and flip this guy upside down. I'm also going to go ahead and take the tie rod off right now. Looks like it's a 22. All right, a little bit of PB blaster in there. That soak in. Put her on upside down. It's pretty much how you do ball joints and everything. You do the same set of stuff. Now we hit it with a hammer. Hit this outer. There it went. There you go, and your tie rod is out. Now you get full range to this knuckle. I loosened the top and bottom ball joints already, so all I gotta do is start hitting those things and get them undone. The upper ball joint's already loose. So the sequence for taking off the ball joints is sometimes different depending on whether the knuckle's on the top or the bottom, but on this particular car, you're gonna go ahead and take the make sure you get a load underneath it. So get your jack right under the A-arm, jack it up a couple inches. And you can undo your lower ball joint, smack it with a hammer, it should pop up. And then you can undo the upper one. But I loosened the upper one already and got it all loose, so that works. This is now only on the upper ball joint. So it looks like you got to undo a little brake line right here. And then I hammered this guy out a little bit. It was kind of stuck in there. But I hammered that out and the knuckle comes right off. All right, so it looks like this boot on the diff side kind of just pries out of here. So, gotta get it from all angles. I'll have to let you guys go because I gotta spin this. Spin it to there. There we go. Popped out, should come right out. All right, now the CV axle should just pull right out. And it's leaking everywhere. All right, so make sure you got something underneath there. I pulled it out a little ways and it freaking leaked everywhere, so I had to go grab something, but should be all good now. That looks to be our problem right there. Oh, I don't know if it really looks like our problem, but that's the seal I gotta take out. I have a replacement one right here. Looks like the part number is 710595. The national seal. All right, so all I gotta do is rip that seal out somehow. I don't have a slide puller or anything. I think I might just be able to get it out with a screwdriver. So I was able to get the seal off by, I just kind of got the pry bar, stuck it in there and levered it out like that, and it just popped right out. I don't know, it was leaking, so we'll just replace it. Here's my new one. It looks a little bit different, but it's the same thing. It's got the rubber around it instead of like the OEM one. I think it's the same. Yeah, exact same diameter. Always check. Should work perfect. Now I gotta find something that will fit around that so I can press it in. Looks like a tomato tin can or whatever. It fits right over that, so I'll probably put a piece of wood here and just start banging it in there. Make sure you lube up this guy too with some gear oil. Looks like that actually worked. Dented my tomato can a little bit. Big deal. I'll just buy another one. You see, that's all nice and pressed in there, even all the way around. Now we can go ahead and put a little bit of oil around the rim there, in the inner rim, and just reassemble everything. I almost forgot about this little guy, this washer. So it goes on like this with the dip going in. See the bump? You can see the bump on this side and the dip on that side. The bump goes towards the CV. Boom, just like that. Now we can put this in. All right, I got the CV axle back in. There's a hog ring on that side that goes in there, and it's a little bit hard to get in there. I kind of had to hit it with my hand, you know, like stuff like that. That's what I was doing, and it just slid back on. So now we're ready to put the knuckle back on and basically just reassemble. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put grease on this, but I'm just gonna put grease on it. Big nut. I also had to take the sway bar end link off, so once those two are connected, you can go ahead and put this guy back on. All right guys, now all that's left to do is put the brakes back on and just you know, reassemble. All right guys, thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for today, and see you guys in the next one.